flying airplanes makes you feel alive. It gives you a sense of freedom, of being liberated from your disability, but nothing to hold you back.
Roger, I'm well
So,
clear anyway.
when we get to Gamston, we're going to go outbound on their radial 340. And that will take us to Sherburn. Okay, he's going to get busy now. So when we go over the crouch, you can see just on the horizon there's another estuary. That's the River Thames.
We are an intelligent mapping company that makes mapping systems for predominantly aviation, the GA industry, and we also do a lot of mapping systems for the search and rescue aircraft around the UK, most of the UK's air ambulances. We work with the police.
There's Goodwood. What does a mapping system mean in terms of how the user interfaces with it?
We have created something that can be used anywhere and in particularly harsh environments. So in an aircraft, up in the air, you don't want something that's overly complicated to use. So we've got this really simple map that you can turn around, you can swizzle it around with your hands like that, you can zoom in, zoom out, and it's not tricky to use, because the last thing you want to do when you're flying a plane is to be fiddling around with this. You actually want to use an iPad as a point of reference and keep your eyes out of the cockpit.
A lot of the evolution is in the theoretical knowledge, and a lot of that is about taking out things that either were simply not required. People don't really need to know what the Chicago Convention decided in 1944. This is not helpful to today's flying, but they certainly need to know about things like diesel engines, EFIS, GNSS, all of the modern technology, which everybody's using, but nobody's been getting enough training on. So that was the kind of thing that we had to do. Just make it more relevant to today's flying.
I heard today that the CAA have adopted the new PPL syllabus written by Jeremy Pratt.
Okay.
Which takes into account the usage of new technology.
Yep.
So will you now be the pioneers in the next generation of the private pilot?
So what's Till Western?
450.
We do support a lot of flying schools around the country. We offer free Runway HD accounts for anyone who's an instructor around the country, and discounts for all new students. So it's something that's really close to our hearts at Airbox.
But you are, as an organisation and as a people, I think you are doing incredible work for the fourth emergency services, the helicopters.
Yep.
How does the Panda system really deliver the emergency service for the emergency professional helicopter pilot?
Panda's our professional version of Runway HD, and we have a lot of interesting customers like the London Air Ambulance, Scottish Air Ambulance, East Anglia Air Ambulance. I think they find it really useful to use. Again, it's that simplicity of use in the cockpit. We can use it to find locations very quickly. You can then zoom down into the kind of mapping that you don't get in traditional aviation maps. So if they need to land at a specific location, they can look ahead and see on an ordnance survey map perhaps that there's a field that's just right for them to land in. So actually it's a really good system for emergency services, the police, and also military and professional users alike.
Is it only specific to the UK airspace?
No, our system is a global system, so we're operational in countries as far-flung as Brazil, Australia, New Zealand, all around Europe. Anyway, South Africa's a big market for us.
What about emerging countries like China and India?
They will be of interest. In fact, we did some mapping overlays for the Yakovlev display team as they were displaying in India recently, and that's definitely of interest to us at Airbox.
Is there anything about the future product research and development you can tease us with?
There's a lot I could talk about, but
you have to kill me.
Well, I'm not allowed to talk about it.
So that means GCHQ stuff.
Some of the sensitivities of our customers, but it's all very exciting stuff. And the great news is that everything we do for our professional customers ultimately benefits our GA customers because it filters back down the line. And as Hayley always says in the office, don't forget your GA customers because that's our heritage at Airbox.